Hello everyone, happy new year to you all. Right, I hope you are doing very well. Welcome back again to 2023 Healthy Lifestyle Choices. This is our channel that promotes our health. Okay, so if you are just coming in here for the very first time, I'm Chidima Okafo and you are highly welcome. All right, then to our old subscribers, thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate you all. All right, do you really know that lack of optimal sexual activity can lead to broken marriage? It can lead to conflict in relationship. It can even lead to infertility. Okay, so today I'll be discussing low libido, or what we call low sexual drive or low sexual desire. All right, so what is low libido? We know what is libido. Libido just means having desire to have sex. Having desire to have sex. So what is low libido? Low libido just is a form of sexual dysfunction that refers to reduction in desire to engage in sexual activity. Reduction in desire to engage in sexual activity. That is what low libido means. All right, this condition can affect both men and women as well, and their causes can be external causes and also internal causes as well. Of course, you know that it's really normal for someone's libido to fluctuate over period of time in their life due to hormonal changes or due to the person's age or due to some stressful situations, right? So it's not really abnormal situation. Okay, and again, I would like to let you know there is no right level of libido, neither is there any wrong level of libido. It depends on the person and the circumstances around the person, because some people will cherish having sex every day, while some will decide to have it once in a year. Some might not even have it at all. So it depends on individual and the situations or circumstances around the person. Okay, it becomes a problem when your relationship is affected in a negative way. So that will lead us to what are the signs of low libido. The signs of low libido. Then one of the signs of low libido, as I said, there is no right libido level or wrong libido level. Okay, one of the signs is when there is decreased desire in sex, when you have decreased interest to have sex, or when you perceive it as a burden. There's a problem in your relationship. That means your libido is in danger. Your libido is low. Or when there is dissatisfaction, maybe from your partner. Okay, so these are just a few symptoms you can see. You say there is problem with your libido. Okay, so now I want us to talk about the causes of low libido in men. As we know that low libido is when there is reduction in desire to engage in sexual activity. Our men, you know of testosterone, which is our friend. Testosterone is a very crucial hormone that is responsible for physical characteristics in men. Is also necessary for sperm production. It's very good for muscle buildup. It's very good for bone mass. So it's very essential. So this testosterone is also responsible for increasing your libido level. Is also responsible for increasing your sexual drive. That is why libido is highest among the 20s. When you are in your 20s, you have more libido than when you are getting older, because libido decreases alongside with testosterone level. As you get older, the testosterone level decreases, and thereby decreasing your desire to have sex. What do I mean by this? That libido, testosterone level unfortunately decreases with age. So when are you perceived to have a low testosterone level? Whenever your testosterone level falls between 300 nanogram per deciliter, is perceived to be low. And when it becomes low, your libido will be affected. All right. So now, having known that the testosterone hormone is the main hormone that controls libido in men, let's just talk about things or conditions or medication that can affect our testosterone level. Okay, some chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, chronic conditions like cancers can affect your testosterone level. Some treatments like hormonal treatment for maybe prostate cancer can affect your testosterone level. Yeah, when you are undergoing some treatment like chemotherapy, radiations, they can affect your testosterone level. Then coming to medication, when you are taking some medication for hypertension, antihypertensive drugs like beta blockers, and some of them, their side effect can affect your testosterone level. Then some medication as well like antidepressants, then some antifungal medication, ketoconazole, then we have corticosteroids. If you are taking all this type of even the analgesic like morphine, the opioids, they can affect your testosterone level. Their side effect can affect your testosterone level. All right, so even when you're taking some contraceptives, so it's left for you to be able to assess yourself, know when the problem started. Maybe you just commence your antihypertensive drug, for a while you are not feeling any desire to have sex. So having known all this, is left for you to assess yourself. Maybe you just commence a new medication, or maybe you are going for a therapy, special therapies like chemotherapy treatment or radiations, or you're having some contraceptives at the moment. You'll be able to assess yourself to know the underlying problem, so you can be able to find solution to it. Then you can discuss with your GP. When I started these antihypertensive drugs, this is what I'm seeing. These are the side effects I think I'm having. So your GP will be able to, give you alternative options, all right, depending on your individual problems. Okay, so next problem that can affect our sex drive in men, or sex desire, is stress. We know stress is too much these days. We are being stressed up, so at the end of the day you are exhausted, you are fatigued, you can't do anything. Okay, because to do sex, we need energy, we need to eat well, we need to be healthy, we need to have enough strength. Okay, so this as well affect our desire to have sex. Once you are stressed up, once you have a very stressful day, of course sex will become the least in your priorities. All right, so the next thing is depression. If you are passing through a depressive condition, you know what it means. Depression can distort your life, can affect every aspect of your life. It can make you to, not to drive pressure from doing those things you found enjoyable. Those pleasurable things you do before, once you are depressed, they will not, entice you again. So try as much as possible to reduce depression or anxious state, being anxious. Anxiety and depression can affect our sex drive or libido in a very negative way. All right, because once you are anxious, it will stimulate the release of some hormones that will impede or prevent or block. Another thing that can pose a problem to our libido as a man is having relationship problems, having unresolved relationship problems, conflict in relationship, trust issues, not really in good terms with each other. Of course, the sex doesn't spontaneously happen. You need to connect with the person emotionally, physically, psychologically as well. Okay, you need to fantasize about the person, think about the person, oh, I love the way she smells, I love her so much. Think about her all the time before you can connect emotionally, and then sex will occur. All right, you can't just keep mute indifference in relationship and expect sex to be 100% perfect. It will affect your sex drive as well. So what are we saying now? We need to resolve any conflict, any misunderstanding. Let there be a mutual communication. Let there be an effective communication. If there's any problem, make sure you handle it. Don't just say, oh, I will just keep it. If you keep it there, it will hinder a lot of things, and which our libido is one of them. All right, so these are a few things I want us to know. As a man, these things affect your sexual drive. They can affect your libido. They can bring your libido down. All right, so coming to women, there are many things that can affect our libido or sex drive as a woman. Of course, we know a lot of hormones plays in a woman's life. A lot of them. We have the estrogen, we have the testosterone, we have the oxytocin, we have the progesterone, we have even the prolactin. At different stage of a woman's life, different hormone interplay. So we should understand this. Even as a man, we should understand this. Right? When the woman is ovulating, when the woman is in puberty, when the woman is pregnant, when the woman is even at different stages of pregnancy, even when the woman is in puerperium, even at the menopause, there are different hormones which have different display. So you should always expect that. Okay, and again, when there is imbalance in these hormones, in their levels in the woman's body, they can as well affect the person's desire to have sex. They can affect the person, the lady's libido. Okay, so we should always understand this. And when you feel that your hormone, you are having some hormonal issues, go for hormonal analysis. Discuss that with your GP. They'll be able to give you the right medication to correct that. Okay, that's why I say it all boils down to understanding when the problem started, assessing yourself to identify the underlying cause. Okay, because handling low libido doesn't have a particular formula. It depends on the underlying cause. Okay, although generally we have ways to boost libido in a natural manner, but we still have some problem that will need to be handled individually. All right, so the second cause of low libido in women is relationship problem. There should be effective communication between you and partner. We should talk about it. Some people shy away from talking about it. Talk about it. Familiarize yourself with some of these. Talk about it. Okay, excuse me. Okay, talk about it. If you have unresolved problem, discuss about it. If you have some conflict, some trust issue, discuss about it. Okay, so you can be able to connect with your husband or your wife emotionally. Okay, this is another problem. Stress is another factor as well. Once you are stressed up, you are fatigued, you are very weak, of course you cannot do anything. Once you are exhausted, you cannot perform very well. All right, it will affect your sexual drive. So try and strike a balance between your work schedule and your family life, so you can be able to meet up with the expectations. Okay, so another problem is suffering from chronic illnesses like hypertension, cancer, obesity. Once you are obese, that is another discussion. All right, so you have to, once you are obese, once you have hypertension, diabetes, cancer, they can affect your sex drive. They can affect your libido. Okay, once you're undergoing some treatment like cancer treatment, as we said, once you've done some surgical intervention like total hysterectomy, total hysterectomy, they will remove your womb, they will remove your ovaries, they will remove everything. So once they remove all these things, ovaries produce more of these hormones. Once they remove all these, your sexual hormone will drop drastically. So it's less for you to communicate with your husband that since I finished this, since I had this operation, I'm not performing very well. I think it's because of this operation. Then you can discuss that with your GP and then find alternative options. They can give you hormonal replacement. Okay. Another point that can affect women's libido is depression. Once you are depressed or anxious, every aspect of your life will be affected, including your libido. Okay, lack of enough sleep is another big factor. If you don't sleep well, some of these hormones mostly are released when we sleep. So if you don't sleep well, of course your libido will be affected. some of side effects of some medications, as we said, in men. If you are taking antihypertensive drugs, if you are taking antidepressive drugs, of course your libido will be affected. Yeah, anti-testosterone, even contraceptives like some of the oral contraceptives or combined contraceptives, they can affect your libido. So it's left for you to discuss this with your doctor and find alternative measures. Okay, so these are just the few causes of loss of libido or low libido or low sexual desire in both men and women. So we've known all these. Now what is very, very important to me is way to improve them, way to boost our sexual desire. All right, I got few food that you can eat that can help to boost up your libido in natural way. One of the food is what? Watermelon. Watermelon is very good. I never know this, that watermelon contains L-citrulline. This L-citrulline is very vital compound that helps to, increase blood supply around your sexual organs and your glands. Okay, and that helps to boost up your libido level. Another food, second food you eat that will boost up your libido level is what? Garlic. Garlic has the same function with watermelon. You know what? Garlic contains allicin. This compound is also connected with increased vascularization or increased blood supply around your sexual organs and your glands as well, thereby increase your libido. Then another food, wonderful food we don't know about it before, is chocolate. Dark chocolate. Dark chocolate is very, very vital. Dark chocolate is very good because it contains, when you lick dark chocolate, when you lick it very well, it causes your brain to release a compound called phenylketonuria and serotonin. All right, these are hormones that will cause you, that has been connected with sexual drive. It increases sexual drive. All right, it puts you in mood. All right, then another important food that is very necessary if you want to increase your libido is avocado. If you have not watched our video on cholesterol, you go and do it. It's very, very important. Avocado is very important because it has monounsaturated fats. Okay, and again, is very research told me that it has a way of causing realization, and once with that, it will reduce stress, and we know that stress is one of the causes of low libido. So once you reduce that stress, it will stir up your libido level. It will increase your libido level. Okay, then another food we need to eat is vegetables like broccoli, basil, and even spinach. They are so good. I don't know, they said it contains aromatic compound that help to promote sexual drive. All right, then we still have shellfish like mussels, the crab, and the shrimps. They are so good because they contain high level of minerals called zinc. Zinc is very good. It's linked with our sexual drive, promoting our sexual drive. So another one in the list is eating dates. We know dates now, what we normally call in Nigeria dubino. Dubino is so good because it also increases blood supply around your sexual organs and your glands. So the last food to eat is sardine and oily fish. They are very rich in omega-3 fatty acid. And omega-3, the research told me that omega-3 increases the release of dopamine. Dopamine has been linked with increasing sexual drive. That will lead me to mention the 4 basic hormones that controls our mood and our happiness, and one of them is what? Dopamine, followed by serotonin, followed by endorphin, followed by oxytocin. So these are the 4 basic hormones that will put you in mood or put you out of mood, and the levels fluctuate. My amount of serotonin might be different from yours. That is why our sexual drive or libido can never be the same. So that is it now. All right, I would like us to talk about, some change in lifestyle. I just want to put this change in lifestyle that can affect your libido. Change in lifestyle, in other words, change in lifestyle that can increase your libido or desire to have sex. And one of them is focusing on foreplay. You know what it means? Having a better sexual experience is very good because it will help you to wanting to have more. It will increase the desire. Yes. No, some of us sometimes when you want to have an when you want to have sex, some people will just dive into having sex, but it's always necessary for you to engage in foreplay by touching each other, by kissing each other. It will connect both of you emotionally very well, and again it causes more lubrication in the vagina of the woman because you become more lubricated, which makes sex easier and more enjoyable. Okay, next thing I want to talk about in the lifestyle is changing position. Yeah, I didn't say you shouldn't enjoy your position you want or you like, but try as much as possible to change positions while in bed or doing sexual activity. It will help you to, to have different, to help you to enjoy it very well and also increase the desire to have it. All right. Then lastly, get to know yourself very well. Know what turns you up. Discuss that with your partner. Discuss that with your husband. This is what I like most. This is what turns me up. Then verbalize it, because sometimes we keep it in our heart thinking that the person is a ghost or the person is a spirit. Talk. Formalize yourself with yourself and verbalize whatever you want with your partner. Speak up. Communication is very, very important in this journey of increasing your libido. All right. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much. In conclusion, we've talked about the causes of libido in men and women. Okay, we talked about that the major solution to this is assessing yourself to know what is really the problem, the underlying problem. Then if it's medical problem, discuss that with your doctor. He or she might refer you to counselor. He or she might refer you to psychotherapists depending on your problem. If you are depressed, they will refer you to psychotherapy or psychiatrics. If you need modification in your medication, they will change your medication. All right. So it all boils down to understanding yourself, understanding what is the problem, so you can be able to discuss it with your doctor or with any healthcare practitioner around you. Okay. Then resolve problems in your marriage. Deal with trust issues in your marriage. Then look for alternative ways of having sex, or what would I say, bring some changes in your sexual lifestyles. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for listening. I love you all. See you next week. Bye.